Today, Baba talks about the balance between knowledge and bhavna. So, bhavna doesn't have any accurate translation in English. So, it has been translated as devotional feelings, but that is not an accurate translation. And bhavna is basically, the way in which your heart goes out to someone or something, and that feeling of benevolence that you have for anyone or Baba or anything, that's your bhavna. So, bhavna could also be analyzed as deep intention. So, when somebody makes a mistake and then they say, my bhavna was not this, but this is how it ended up. So that is bhavna. So bhavna and Gyan, there has to be a balance between the two. And then there is another balance that Baba talks about, love for Baba and yoga with Baba. So we will talk about this thing first. So Baba says that, let me give you certain examples where there is no balance of bhavna and Gyan. I'll tell you one episode when there was a lady who came with her child who was, I think, 4 months old. And she was holding the child in her lap. And so, she had removed all the clothes of the child, like he was just in a very thin layer of clothing, and the child was crying. So and it was not that warm at that time. It was pretty cold, borderline cold. So then I asked her, so she said, he's just crying and crying. So, and every time the child cried, she would remove a layer of clothing. So I told her, why is he crying? So she said, he must be feeling hot. So I said, then how do you know that? So she said, because I feel very hot. So, maybe because he's my child, so he must also be feeling hot. So I said, okay. So then she kept removing those clothes and the child cried harder. And then I said, why don't you try covering him up a little? Maybe that would work. So since he's not able to express his emotions, so maybe we should try everything. So I'm not a very good judge of what he needs. Maybe you are the mother, you know better, but still let's try covering him up. And then she put one layer, second layer, third layer, and then he just stopped crying and he felt warm and he was good. And then she said, how is this possible that he's my child and he's not feeling hot, he's feeling cold? So I said, so you see, so her bhavna is very pure. She has love for the child, but then no Gyan. So, the Gyan says that, not everybody has the same needs as you. Every soul is different. So they may be functioning differently from you. So, and about that Gyan, we could also say that, this Gyan about what the child needs, when the child needs what, this is also something that you have to gather, you have to understand from other people, from the doctor or something. Now, this is an example of a mismatch between bhavna and Gyan. Similarly, I'll give you another example. There is this one brother and he is very sick. He's almost on the verge of dying. He's old and he's very unwell. So then what the family members are doing here is they are force feeding him. They're just, feeding him a lot of food because they think that the best they can do for somebody who is dying is give them his favorite food. So, although the person is not in a state to eat, still, they are going on making his favorite dishes and just, have one spoon, please, have one spoon, please. And in that way, they are just pushing 50 spoons down his throat, whether he likes it or doesn't like it. So when the doctor visited, he said, why are you torturing this person? So then the wife of that person and the children, they are saying, we cannot even think about torturing. He's the most loved in a family. So the doctor said, but what you're doing says that you're torturing him. So they said, no, we are just feeding him his favorite food. So the doctor said, but he's not in a state to eat. And you are not feeding him, you're feeding him for yourself. You're feeding your ego. You're not feeding him. So then they said, what should we do? So the doctor said, we'll just switch to intravenous feeding, and we will not, give him food through the mouth. And the whole family went sad, because they thought that if that sweet member of the family is not eating, then how will they express their love? So now you see that there is a lot of bhavna, but then there is no gyan of what he actually needs, or what is the right thing to do at this time. So similarly, Baba says, even with Baba, what happens is, there is a mismatch between bhavna and gyan. So we have had bhavna for Baba for 63 births. And most children of Baba have a lot of love for God. So we were searching for God, and we have that love for God. But then we don't have, until unless we make effort to understand Gyan, we will not have, we will not imbibe the Gyan, and our bhavna will be mismatched with our state of Gyan. Now, what does Baba mean by that? So what Baba says is, you see, children, so yesterday I was talking to one Mata, and she said, I wake up every day at 2:30 in the morning for Baba. So I said, okay. And then what do you do? So she said, I just play the commentary and I keep listening to it. So I said, okay, so you have love for Baba, because nobody can wake up at 2:30 if you don't have love for Baba. But then even if you have so much love for Baba, why is your state not that of a very staunch yogi? So if you are a yogi who is getting up at 2:30 and sitting until 5:30, then you should become very powerful. But why is that not happening? Because you are not using that time to really do what Baba asks you to do. You're just sitting with your love for Baba and listening to the commentary, like you listen to anything on TV or radio or on the internet. But what is Gyan Yukt Bhavna? So Baba says that get up in the morning, get up for me, and then remember me as I am. Sit, make that effort to forget everyone and everything, and just experience that you are this living being of light, and your heart has this link of love with that source who is Baba, and you draw that energy from me into you. And if you're not making that conscious effort, then you will not fill yourself with power. Despite the fact that you're making effort, you have bhavna, but you're not filling yourself with power. And what is the difference between souls who only have bhavna and no gyan? Or, the gyan element is very less and there is a lot of bhavna. So that the difference is that souls who have the balance between bhavna and gyan, they will take power from Baba. They will become very powerful. And those who just have love for Baba, yes, even with that love, they will do many things. They will follow a lot of Baba's Srimad. and they will receive the return of that, but they won't become Master Sarva Shaktivan. They won't become, the master, they won't arrive at that Master Almighty state. And I will also talk about one more facet about this imbalance between Bhavna and Gyan, which always occurs to me. So you see, Baba says, use me to cure yourself, heal yourself. Yes. And how will you cure yourself, heal yourself? Only when you understand what are your limitations, you understand what is it inside you that you need to change. And when you diagnose the different forms of body consciousness that are lurking inside you, or you identify the sanskars that you need to, change, when you do that, when you identify what change you want to bring within, and then you draw the light and might from Baba to change those sanskars, then there will be a change in your personality. But most children, without becoming soul conscious, without diagnosing different aspects of their body consciousness, what they just do is, because there is bhavna, they keep doing whatever Baba is saying very mechanically. They don't understand that Baba is giving us the knowledge for deep inner work. Yes, and Baba is actually giving us the method to look inside and diagnose our different forms of body consciousness, and then draw light and might from Baba and heal myself. So let me give you one example. So there is one Mata, and she said that, I have been a BK for 13 years now. And I am getting up at Amrit Vela, I'm listening to Murli, I'm doing everything. Whatever Baba says, I'm offering bhog to Baba, I am doing Numasham. But there is not much improvement in me. So I asked her, what is it that you want to improve? Have you identified that? So she said, I just want to feel better. So I said, no, that's not how you talk about improvement. Have you identified what is it inside you that is making you feel the way you're feeling? So she said, no, there's nothing inside me. It's all outside, people and situations. So I said, and then when you are remembering Baba, what are you doing? So she said, I'm just sending good vibrations to everyone and everything so that they get better. So I said, but that's not what Gyan says. Gyan says that if something on the outside is affecting you, then it is definitely something in the inside that is getting triggered by what's outside. And you have to use Baba's power, Baba's light, Baba's energy in yoga to heal that which is inside you. And if you don't do that, then you cannot change the way you feel. You cannot change the way you are, thinking, speaking, or acting. And if you don't change your karma, your destiny cannot change. So first you have to understand that you have to use Baba's power, Baba's yoga power, not to change situations outside. Many are doing this. No Gyan, only Bhavna. So, Baba is the Almighty, Baba can do everything. And with Shubh Bhavna, Shubh Kamna, I will heal the atmosphere, I will heal everybody, I will do everything. But the thing is, it is all coming from inside to outside. So, have you healed yourself? Are you drawing in the light and might from Baba to heal yourself? And if you don't realize what is it that's inside you, because you see, Baba uses a very umbrella term, which is body consciousness all the time. But then, what is body consciousness actually? Today also Baba talks about, who can go ahead on the path of knowledge, those who remain soul conscious. So now, what is body consciousness? So body consciousness has many aspects: gender consciousness, age consciousness, status consciousness. There is this, and the most important, the most profound one is gender consciousness. So have you identified that your problem is in your gender consciousness? So I told that Mata that you are not miserable because of how your husband is behaving, but you are miserable because of how you think your husband should behave. And why should, and the first problem is you think he's your husband. No, he's just a soul. Just a soul in a male body and playing the role of a husband, and then you have these expectations that he should fit into this and this box, and that is what is making you miserable. So until and unless you identify your body consciousness and then come to that place where you're drawing light and might from Baba to come to that experience of soul consciousness, that you are a soul and your husband of husbands is Baba. Who is Baba? Baba says, मैं बापों का बाप हूँ, पतियों का पति हूँ. So I am the husband of your husband and I am your husband also. So that is what Baba says. Baba says every soul is a Sajni. So every soul is the Sajni and Baba is the husband of husbands also. So Baba says that, do you understand that? Or, maybe child, many people are upset with their children and, what will happen to them or how they will, how their future will work out. But you have to understand that he's not your child, he's Baba's child. And you have to place that child in Baba's lap and take light and might from Baba and be at peace. You have to just be an instrument. You can't do more than that. So until and unless you understand the Gyan, that it is not something that's outside that's troubling you. It's something on the inside that's being triggered by what's outside, and that is troubling you. And if you don't have that Gyan and there's just Bhavna that, I'm sitting in Amrit Vela, I'm offering Bhog, you're doing, and that also has its results. It's not like it doesn't mean anything, it means a lot. But then you will not receive everything that Baba is here to give. So Baba says, make this balance between Bhavna and Gyan. And let me talk about also some souls who have only Gyan and no Bhavna. So, some are just, they look at Baba. So once, somebody asked me, why do we offer Bhog to Baba? Baba is Nirakar, he doesn't eat. So I said, what do you do with guests who come at home? You ask them whether you will eat or not, and then bring snacks for them, or bring, then bring something for them, or you just offer them whether they eat or not, it's okay. So she said, no, with guests, we do this. So I said, that's because you think guests are conscious beings and Baba is what? A point of laser light. Baba is also a conscious living being. So Baba may not eat, but Baba feels that you offered Bhog for Baba. Baba takes that love when you offer bhog to Baba. Yes, and then there are some children, who do not purify their food. And what they would do is they would offer dry fruits to Baba, and then they would make all everything with onion, garlic, and eat themselves. So Baba will only eat dry fruits every day. Can you eat dry fruits every day? Baba also has to have proper breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So you have your bhavna for yourself is that you want 3 proper good meals a day. So you have to have that bhavna to offer it to Baba also, and cook it in Baba's remembrance with love and then offer it to Baba. So there are some children who have no bhavna, only Gyan. Yes, they think about, they're very dry inside. So no, there has to be balance of bhavna and Gyan. Some have only bhavna, some have only Gyan. Both these things don't work. So there has to be balance. And then Baba also says, those who have Gyan, they become world servants. And those who have only bhavna, they take Baba's love and light for themselves and for some family members. So that is also one difference, big difference between those who have balance of bhavna and Gyan, those who have only bhavna. So when you are emotional, you do everything that Baba says, but you don't understand, you don't have the knowledge of Baba's bigger purpose. Knowledge makes you aware that why has Baba left his abode and come here? So Baba has come here for world transformation. And do you think, so Baba is the ocean of happiness who doesn't have the capacity to get unhappy, that's another thing. But do you think Baba is enjoying his time here? So he's not enjoying his time here. He wants to, go back. So he doesn't want to stay here permanently. So he just wants to finish his job and go back. And if you have Gyan, then you know that accomplishing the task for which Baba has come, becoming a right hand and helping that task finish early and making Baba retire is also an aspect of your love for Baba. That is called Gyan Yukt Bhavna. It's not like, there are many children who keep crying that, why has Baba stopped coming? Baba should keep coming. We should keep meeting. But do you think Baba is enjoying his time here, that he should keep coming, keep meeting? Or do you think that you should do what Baba says and finish Baba's task here and then let Baba, be free? So Baba says those who are emotional, those who are not sensible, they will just think that, Baba should keep coming and we should keep extending Sangam Yog. But those who are sensible, they will understand that I should be a world servant. I should purify this world with my thought, words, and deeds and do the seva of making everybody have the introduction of Baba and have Buddhi Yoga with Baba so that they can take their inheritance and then finish Baba's task. So that is also a big difference between so one difference is those who have balance will have all powers from Baba. Second is they will become world servants. They will not just think about themselves and, just spending time with Baba and being with Baba, but they will look at their task very seriously. So this is Gyan Yukt Bhavna. And then there is the balance between love and yoga. So in the world, yoga is perceived as a very technical activity. So, people think that yoga is a technique and having yoga is all a matter of technique. So most people, ask this question also, what is your technique of yoga? But Baba says, no, we have yoga with the one we can't see with these eyes because we have love for Baba. So there is the technique, of course, there is the, you have to understand that you have to disconnect from the body, come to soul consciousness, and go to Baba, who is in the soul world, and connect your mind and intellect to that one. So that is there, but you also have to understand that you can only do that not as a technique, but with love. So how do you fly to that world and sit before Baba? You have to have the wings of love for that. And Baba says it's not like being a point and remembering a point only. It is about being a soul and remembering your father. So do you understand the difference between becoming a point and remembering a point and becoming a soul and remembering the father? So there's a lot of difference between that, and that difference is love. So Baba says there has to be balance between love and yoga. So yes, the method has to be right, but then it has to be done lovefully. Otherwise, yoga becomes a very tiring activity. So all the time you're just trying to, disconnect, connect, and it becomes very technical and tiring. But when you do it with love, everything becomes easy with love. So I remember, there was this one sister and she used to be in the center for some time and she used to do seva and she used to get very tired. So she told me, how do you people not get tired? And I get very tired. So I said, because you are not doing it with love, we are doing it with love. So you're doing it just like, I have to do seva, I have to do seva. So you are understanding that seva is important. You are also appreciating the benefits of seva, that it creates fortune. But you are not understanding that this is Baba's seva. And you're doing it because you love Baba. So then she said, how do I develop that? So I told her, you have to sit and think about Baba. Yes, and then arrive at that place of love for Baba. You have to think about Baba and how Baba has come for you and what he's doing for you. And, the first step of love is gratitude. When you acknowledge Baba, recognize Baba, you have gratitude, and you understand that Baba has so much love for you, then you start having love for that one. Ultimately, you may have many fancy ideas about love, but ultimately you love the one who loves you. So that is the formula of love. Otherwise you fall out of love. So Baba loves us the most, and when you start slowly, gradually acknowledging, recognizing that, appreciating that, having gratitude for that, then your heart goes out to the one who loves you so much. And then you have love for Baba. And then you have, whenever you remember Baba, it's not with effort, it's with love that you remember Baba. So this is also something that Baba says. So pay attention to having balance of Bhavna and Gyan and Snehi and Yog, or love and Yog. And then Baba today also says that do as Brahma Baba did everything. So, Brahma Baba says, I devised these, there is something called the Brahmin culture, how we do it. So how we sit, eat, wake up, sleep, everything, we have a whole way of doing things, we have a method in which we use our bodies, minds, wealth, time, energy, thought. We have been given a timetable, we have been given a mind table by Baba. So all that was devised by Brahma Baba on the Srimad of Shiv Baba. And Brahma Baba Brahma Baba used his intellect. Brahma Baba figured out how Shiv Baba's Srimad could be adhered to in practical life, given all the circumstances and limitations. And after that, Brahma Baba devised all these methods. And the easiest way to be a BK is to just follow what Brahma Baba did. Because Shiv Baba says that if you knack your own brain and you try to use your own intellect and try to figure a better way out of doing this, figure out a better way of doing everything better than the way Brahma Baba devised, then you will just waste your time and energy and thought, because there is no better way. Brahma Baba became number one because he came up with the best way of doing things. Yes, I remember, there was this. So I'll tell you one thing. There was this one time when, so we have this system where in the center, brothers sit separate from sisters. So, the rows in which brothers sit is separate from the rows in which sisters sit. So we don't mix them, right? Now, somebody once told me that you people are very conventional and orthodox, and what happens if somebody sits with somebody, anyways you have to do inner work. So I said, okay, if you think that would work, so you can do it in your place, but I'm fine doing it the way Brahma Baba did, and I don't have a problem with, I don't want to change any system here. So then that person was young, and then when he started doing seva, he devised a method in which everybody sat together. And then slowly, gradually, they realized that this sitting arrangement matters. And then, that vibe of, gender consciousness was very huge in that classroom. And then after 1 year, he put separate chairs, okay? So he separated, he came back to following the system. And then I told him, why didn't you continue with that? So he said, no, I saw that what Brahma Baba did had its own benefits. So then I saw it, but in that attempt, you wasted 1 year. So Baba says, don't try to figure out that, don't try to think that you are smarter than Brahma Baba, and you will come up with a method, an idea, a vidhi, which will work better than what Brahma Baba devised. Because in doing so, you will just waste your time, thought, energy, and you will just waste your powers. And you see, there are many children who think that, I will get up at 5 a.m. and what's the big deal with 4 a.m. And but why is that system of 4 a.m. devised? If you could get up at 5 a.m., then Brahma Baba would have said that, get up at 5 a.m. No. So 4 a.m. is the right time. And if you spend 3 years arriving at that realization, then you will only waste 3 years. It's not like, 5 a.m. will work better for you. That doesn't work. So do it the way that you're supposed to do. And Brahma Baba devised this, this system of everyday study. So Shiv Baba gave murlis, and Brahma Baba also made sure that Shiv Baba's everyday murli reached every child exactly every day. So, this system of reading every day, studying every day, many people think that twice, once in 2 days or once a week is fine, and I will progress with that, but that doesn't happen. So don't knack your brains. You cannot devise a better method than Brahma Baba. Don't waste your time in doing so. Okay. Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, you can. Please
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Today I realized that we are still doing bhakti only. Still we are doing bhakti only. So today Baba is asking to have a deep check.
Yes. Yes.
And pick the right path to follow. Brahma Baba is the right way.
Yes.
And we should prepare ourselves for that.
Yes.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. But Bhavna also has its own importance. It's not like, it's not relevant.
With Bhavna, we have to make efforts to change ourselves also.
Yes, yes, that's fine. Hanji. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Didi.
Om Shanti.
Today's class was really nice. Firstly, thank you, Didi. And today, the point which I really like is Gyan Yukt Bhavna. Or this thing has I used to in my when I'm into my Purusharth, I always take this as a stepping stone in my Purusharth. That whatever I'm doing, Bhavna is very good. It's the first step of love, gratitude, and everything. But it should always be backed by Gyan also.
Yes.
That whatever I'm doing and why I'm doing.
Yes.
Even if whatever Purusharth I'm doing, why I'm doing it, for myself or for getting something in form of bhakti.
Yes.
So I make it very sure about this. And one thing which is at present I'm working on it, and I think I have somehow managed to be better. That is, if anything triggers me, if anything's affecting me out, I always first I question myself, what is that inside me is getting triggered.
Yes. Yes.
So this is my first step of self-counseling, in whatever situation I am to.
Yes.
So thank you for giving more clarity.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you pointed out that also, that when you only have bhavna, then you don't mind being, mind having expectations of, I should get this or I should have this because I'm having bhavna. But when you have Gyan, you understand that those are also intentions of selfishness, and they body consciousness, and then they also reduce that power of the seed you're planting. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Yes. Anybody else would like to share?
Om Shanti, Didi.
Om Shanti.
So exactly, beautiful class, really, really touching and so true. And you've said it so many times, and of course, I've also heard it so many times. But every time, like today, also when you said it, that if we are getting affected by somebody's actions or something, we know it's wrong, but it's because of the lack in us that it triggers. And of course, just hearing and understanding on it every day, I think definitely makes a lot of difference. And it's how I started thinking now that for the last, say, 53 years, have I not eaten my breakfast, lunch and dinner every day? So why not, even if I have to understand and learn the Gyan every day for breakfast, lunch and dinner? Why the conflict in the mind, why is it not affecting? Because it's no big deal. It will take its time and it is lifelong. And it's literally like every time you take a meal, it's actually like that. That's what I feel now.
Thank you.
So thank you.
And also, Baba says that Baba gives us the diagnosis of the problem, but Baba is also giving us the solution. So Baba says, you are taking love and light from me. Just put it in the right place. Use it to heal yourself. People have been using God to heal so many things. People say, I got rid of cancer, this, that. So why can't I get rid of my weakness? So that's the one thing that I have to stick to. Okay? Om Shanti.